Welcome back. It's time now for On the Radar, when we ask an investing professional what they're looking at in today's markets. We're back with Brian Madden. He's Chief Investment Officer at First Avenue Investment Counsel to talk about something that's very much on the minds of investors, has been for a couple of months now, and that's AI, artificial intelligence, and companies who have seen their share prices boom on AI-related news. Nvidia comes to mind, and Marvell Technology comes to mind as well.
Yeah, certainly, Paul. This is everywhere I go, whether it's in business circles or in social circles, whether you're a techie or not, everybody wants to talk about AI. It's very, very topical. And as you mentioned, Nvidia is certainly the poster child for the first wave of this AI revolution. It was certainly a market darling in the post-COVID boom, and then it really corrected very, very sharply into the fall of last year. But the shares are actually up 148% since the ChatGPT generative AI was released on November the 30th, and up even more so year to date because it corrected a bit in December. So it's phenomenal. And AI has gotten to a point now, Paul, where it's really beyond just hype and buzz and sensationalism. And I'll point to some other technologies that were that, but never really morphed into meaningful revenues, cash flow, and earnings. The .com craze, a lot of kind of hype and nonsensical business ideas. Another one that probably is going to be something, but it's very, very, very slow in coming, is autonomous vehicles. The technology exists, but nobody's really making any commercial enterprise out of it successfully. But here with Nvidia, for instance, Nvidia doubled their guidance for their upcoming quarter's earnings. Now, when a penny stock doubles their guidance, it's kind of like your neighbor says her muffin sales doubled at the church bake sale. Like, oh, isn't that nice? But when Nvidia, a $1 trillion company, doubles their guidance, this is a global phenomenon that investors really should take notice of.
How could analysts have not have seen that coming? One analyst referred to it as the biggest beat in terms of a forecast from a company that he had ever seen.
I think just the scale of adoption of these technologies has really caught people by surprise. We've had excellent work done on AI and some of the companies involved with it by one of my colleagues, Ian Chong, in our office. And we've all been looking at it, and in fact have even fiddled and toyed a little bit with ChatGPT ourselves. And what it can do is amazing. And it's actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the most downloaded app, let's say, in the history of apps. I think something like 1 billion people had downloaded it within a month or something of it coming out. So it's just hard to really anticipate the sort of steepness of that adoption curve when you get something this game-changing coming out. And the scramble, the arms race of companies, particularly the hyperscalers, these are the big mega cap tech stocks, to get a first mover and scale advantage. And it's very computationally intensive, it's very hardware intensive, and they're buying a lot of chips and a lot of semiconductors, and Nvidia's in a pretty good spot, as are some other companies.
Yeah, what stock should investors take a look at? Is it too late to buy Nvidia, for instance? And what are some other names of companies where investors can get some meaningful AI exposure?
Well, look, Nvidia has had quite a run. We certainly got it on our watch list. But if AI proves to be what the experts are saying it's going to be, then no, it's not too late to buy Nvidia. It will go higher, probably much higher. In the short term, just from a technical perspective, it looks a little overbought and vulnerable to a pullback. If you get any sort of shifting in the winds of sentiment around the overall market, the tech sector or AI in particular. But the nice thing about this is going to be sweeping change across big swaths of the economy. And so what we think is happening right now is this arms race where it's like in the gold rush, you buy the companies that sell the picks and axes to the miners. So that's the semiconductors. You can buy Nvidia, but there's lots of semiconductors and hardware manufacturers. One that we like and own is Arista Networks, whose biggest customers are the likes of Microsoft and Meta and Amazon and others that operate data centers, and they sell them cards and switches and routers, and they're selling a lot of them and doing quite well, just not capturing the headlines to the same degree that Nvidia is.
We can take a look at Arista's stock graph. ANET on the New York Stock Exchange is Arista Networks. OpenText is a company familiar to Canadian investors, and it's got some AI exposure as well.
Yeah, that's right. So we don't really have semiconductors, in Canada in the same way they do in the United States, but we do have a pretty good software ecosystem. And OpenText is an enterprise content management player that deploys cloud computing solutions in large and medium-sized enterprises, and they are deploying large language models and other types of AI in some of their enterprise deployments. Microsoft would be another one, probably a leader in terms of the large software players. They're using AI in Bing. And do have, in all likelihood, plans to commercialize that, and just as Nvidia is doing, generate big revenue and margins and market share gains, perhaps, as well, with the differentiation they're able to create with.
Do you have any quick thoughts on Marvell? It was the other one a couple of weeks ago that soared on this type of news.
No, I'm going to plead ignorance on that one, Paul. It's there's lots of semiconductors and only a finite amount of bandwidth, so it's not one that I've followed closely.
Okay, well, thanks.